Okay. Okay. This is the first time I'm trying to use the browser. I'm not going to be wearing these glasses for long. Hi. Hello everybody. I'll wear these like these. I'll wear these like this. How about that? Ladies and gentlemen, and every other beautiful individual and entity, my name is Maximum Austin. Welcome to the stream. Today we're gonna dabbling into the next logical step of my Twitch career, and that's looking. And that's I was checking the mic. We're gonna react to various videos and other internet ephemera that I can regarding copyright within the bounds of copyright and Twitch TOS. And our first subject today, one of the themes we're going to be covering, is we're going to look at classic internet phenomenon and videos of all sorts, creators that have influenced me, that probably influenced you, or just left their mark on the world. And this unique internet space. Today, we're going to be looking at one James Rolfe, a New Jersey-based filmmaker and internet video creator that definitely left his mark on the scene. So, yep. Look at me now. Anyway, how do I even start this? This is internet classic internet videos. Let's take a look at the head honcho, the big man himself, James Rolfe. And here, and hopefully I got this right. Here he is. There's the man. He's gonna be our subject for tonight, and that's gonna be rad. Um. Anyway, James Rolfe, and I'm just gonna recycle this from Wikipedia and add my own commentary. He exists in this space as an American YouTube online personality, actor, and filmmaker, best known for the retro gaming web series, The Angry Video Game Nerd. This web series is, of course, the template of how a lot of comedic and semi-insightful media criticism. This is how. This is the template for those kind of videos. There's humor, which tends to feature a lot of different elements. A lot of humor, a lot of comedy, and also a lot of insightfulness, and a lot of a whole hodgepodge of things that somehow works. So let's take a look. Yep, you can't even see it. Why am I? This is going to be my first time trying out one of these streams where I'm pulling stuff from the internet. So, and of course, what is an internet personality if not the relationship one has with the internet personality? When I was in middle school in the spring of 2007. Was I in middle school? Yes, I was. I think 8th grade, and my experience with video games dates back longer than that. But for the sake of this story, we're gonna go. We're gonna start on like early YouTube internet. I give off a college professor vibe. Do you like this? I'm wearing the jacket and everything. The idea was to evoke like a Turner Classic Movies scholar, where they have someone come on and say, "Gone with the Wind is one of the greatest movies ever, and it sparked so much inspiration." That's not how any of them sound like, but that's okay. So, I guess we'll go ahead and talk about James Rolfe. Always wanted to be a filmmaker. Why are we on this? Let's bring up an image of the man. What's a good one? Of James Rolfe the man. There we go. And this guy, This is fine. There we go. This gentleman, I'm going all over the place. I'm so sorry, but we'll get to the meat of the stream soon enough. This gentleman, James Rolfe, came on the scene early. I would say like just at the start of YouTube. Even before then, like around 2004, James Rolfe was always and this is, by the way, this is my recollection, sort of my description, college background essay, introduction on the background of James Rolfe. So I apologize if I get any details incorrect, or if I get something wrong, or I say something that doesn't seem right. You're always welcome to You're always welcome to correct me on that. But James Rolfe was a guy. He was he grew up with a lot of the same things a lot of 80s babies do. Movies, horror movies especially, cartoons, toys, and video games. And over the course of his life, he decided to pursue filmmaking, and a lot of this is from accounts from him. He decided to pursue filmmaking as a profession, and he went to, it says on his Wikipedia page that he has I'm sorry, you can't see this, a university, he went to the University of the Arts, where he got his Bachelor's of Fine Arts. It is a private art university in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Wow. So anyway, James found early success with him talking about a video game, and sort of critiquing it and commenting on it as he played it. This video game was Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, and of course, when producing media and art criticism, you got to go back to the adage, write what you know. And him being a big horror fan, a big Nintendo fan, a big Castlevania fan, he took a look at the sort of criticized, one might say, misunderstood second entry of the Castlevania series on the NES. And it got the original VHS tape where he portrayed sort of like a pseudo, mostly fictional version of himself. It got uploaded to the early internet, where it got went viral for the time, and he then did another one based on the NES game Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, not really based on any sort of film, but the original work for the NES. And that was supposed to be, these two videos were supposed to be pretty much one-off jokes, sort of like, funny, I'm getting angry at this old video game that no one should be this angry about. But he got influence from his friends and others to pursue this as sort of like a side hobby. Like, this is funny, you want to make more? And so we did. I'm sorry, I keep looking over at the Twitch stream just to make sure I'm not doing anything I shouldn't. James Rolfe, then, and I guess I can pull this up. No, I don't. The series then morphed. You know, it would probably help if I just stand back. Wait until I'm done typing and then talk. The series then morphed into what was then called the Angry Nintendo Nerd, because obviously he would cover Nintendo NES games, or old Nintendo games. And I believe the third video was on The Karate Kid, a video game based on the Ralph Macchio, Pat Morita film. And at that point, the rest is history. An internet comedian and an internet video reviewer has cited James Rolfe um, as an inspiration as his success went on, and he did eventually get make his presence in the world of audiovisual entertainment and film. But I guess we're not going to cover later stuff. What we are going to cover in this video early on, in this stream early on, is his early works as the angry Nintendo nerd, and then the angry video game nerd, because obviously he's reviewing not just video games from all sorts of sources, and not just Nintendo. And plus, Nintendo being Nintendo, probably wouldn't like James Rolfe or his larger business or larger film identity, Cinemassacre, to use that name. So here we are. Now, let me go back. My experience with James, I haven't met him. He's since made many a convention appearance, and I have not met him. But my experience of him, was, I was going to get into that. When I first came across James Rolfe's work, he was already starting to make strides in his career. It was 2007. I was in middle school. I read a lot of Game Informer, a lot of Nintendo Power, a lot of gaming magazines, and like many internet media critic and a gamer of the pure kind, James Rolfe came in and definitely left an impression on our lives. So that's cool. I believe I got introduced to James Rolfe and the Angry Video Game Nerd specifically through the game trailers .com, when that was a thing, where they would play episodes where they would oh my gosh, to explain the ownership of the nerd is kind of an odd task at hand, but long story short, James was doing this, was putting out like a video that we're gonna see like once or twice a month, and they definitely were the building blocks for every video game review show that you might be familiar with at that point. Like, without it sounds cliche, but without Angry Video Game Nerd, there probably wouldn't be JonTron, there probably wouldn't be Scott the Woz, there probably wouldn't be a lot of things. So definitely owe Mr. Rolfe a lot in that regard. What else? And as of course, as we're gonna see, if you're gonna talk and yell and swear at video games, you're probably gonna want a persona or a nerdsona, as it were. So that original basis character that appeared in the first few videos, morphed into like a nerd, the Angry Video Game Nerd of the title, or just nerd, or the nerd, as it were, and played by Rolfe. We're gonna see a few examples. We're gonna see a lot of examples. What are we talking about? Of James playing through a game and him commenting on his on various things about it. So a highlight of these videos is that they're not safe for work. Well, I shouldn't say that. They're not like excessively adult, but they're not suitable for like younger demographics, and it's definitely warrants a viewer discretion is advised. A lot of swearing, a lot of scatological humor, a lot of the joke is saying like he said something he shouldn't say. So let's take a look at James, and in this first installment of classic classic internet videos, and also our first dive into James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd, which I think would be a very fitting first subject. It was going to be that one criticky guy who waxes nostalgic about nostalgia movies, but I don't know what his name is. We'll get to him later. So, yeah. Let us go. I have... we're going to play the Sega CD episode. As you can... What the... What's wrong with James there in that thumbnail here? What's wrong with him? Can you see him? It would help if I had another monitor, but... Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll get to that at some point. But what James did was this, and I think he built that success. This video is not from the first season or the first initial string of nerd videos. This aired in May of 2007 and was one of the earliest nerd videos, and it was definitely one of my favorites. He takes a look at the Sega CD, which was a CD peripheral for the Sega Genesis, as he'll explain. And it definitely sets the stage for what his videos would be. Now, during this initial video, this is part of season 2. I am going to be stopping and I am going to be commenting and just making observations on these things. I do have to pause it just because that's how fair use works. James Rolfe's work, some of it is managed by Screenwave Media. So this is going to be a first foray into, not really my first, but my true foray in using a internet and a technically copyrighted work, but using it on Twitch and commenting on it and stuff like that, because fair use should be your friend. So so right now we're gonna take a look at this first video. What are words? We don't know. So yeah, I bumped the mic. Okay, it's not good. So I do want to make sure everything's in frame here. I'm using... Boop. I want to make sure I'm using the right things. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh no, I broke the stream. Sorry, guys. Nah, it's okay. We just gotta put it back to how it was. Do you remember in iCarly when Freddy got pressured into managing like a friend's or his girlfriend's? It was an early iCarly episode where Freddy had to manage there we go, like his girlfriend's web show, because he did all the web show, he did all the engineering and the technical work in iCarly, and by the end he comes back to iCarly just before, he comes back to the show, the internet show, which the sitcom is named after, just before his girlfriend, or like whatever, or that one girl comes back and goes to start her internet show where I presume she does things, and it ends with her just bombing it. That's what me moving my Twitch set sort of reminded me of right now. So here we go.